There you go. I don't even need to do like some sort of crappy vlog music at the beginning here. I just play the rooster. I don't even have a backing track, no sound effects. All right, guys. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the videos. Look, super productive week actually, and yeah, been really interesting. So what I want to do today is sort of put a lot of it together and give you guys a little bit of a backstory about what's been going on, all the way from the riders through to some of the stuff we're seeing in the bike industry and just in the racing scene. So what I kind of thought we might do is kick it off with a very sick rooster up north of the border. His name's Ben Carmen. How's things getting on, Ben?
Hey guys, bit of an update on what I'm doing over this sort of very weird period of time. I've followed the common trend of what most of the guys are doing and having a bit of a break. It was kind of something I'd planned on doing anyway. I've had a pretty big start to the year. I've done 11,500 Ks already, which I don't know the math of what that is per week, but there's been a lot of 28, 30-hour weeks on the bike. So yeah, I was due for some time off. So I sort of jumped at this opportunity to do that. So it's just also been a good opportunity to just have a bit more of a life off the bike. I'm full-time at uni, so it's been good to just kind of focus on that. And what that kind of means as well, looking forward into this unknown period, the way I'm approaching it is there's definitely no racing for 3 months. So I've kind of broken it down into, I'm just being generally fit at the moment. I've been spending a lot of time on the mountain bike and going out running. I'll be doing a bit of time in the gym as well. So yeah, April is going to be all about just staying generally fit. May is going to be a bit more bike focused. I don't just ride so I can race. I do love riding my bike. So there's going to be a lot of 5-6 hour rides, unstructured, just kind of go out and ride all day. That's honestly my favorite thing to do. So it's kind of something I can't do as much as I like when racing, because due to the high intensity of both efforts and racing, you can cook yourself doing too many of those. So part of me is kind of keen to just go and ride. Further down the track, June, we'll probably be getting more serious and back into the no eating ice cream and doing a bit more structured efforts and being ready to race when we eventually do start racing again.
Is it just me, or is there something? It's like there's something very footy about doing workouts on grass. I don't know, it's like throwback. The only thing I will say, the last time I was doing this kind of stuff was on like soft, beautiful, lush Irish grass. This is like bull-eye sandpaper grass in Australia. Guys, yeah, still been doing a little bit of that dynamic stuff. I'll fill you in more on that as we sort of go along, but I want to sort of stay on track. We've been doing some team meetings recently, and Luke has been keeping us all up to date with what's been going on behind the scenes in the racing world. What is planned? What is been going on? So, Luke, could you quickly just fill everyone in on essentially what's been going on behind the scenes at the moment?
So we've been doing weekly meetings with Cycling Australia at the moment with Kip, the General Manager of Sport. We've been doing this for probably almost a month now. It's amazing how much work actually needs to go on between local governments, the police, sponsors, race organisers to actually move whole races from when they were originally planned to potentially be in September through to December at the moment.
Give everyone maybe just a bit of an idea about the dates, the timing, the possible.
So at the moment we are trying to, well, the NRS managers, the teams, and also Cycling Australia, we're looking at trying to get racing going by September. Now, if that doesn't happen, that's plan A. There's actually plan B that's actually already been planned. Or has been planned in conjunction. So that racing would start in October and through to December as well. So we will have hopefully almost a full NRS season in the back half of the year, which just would be a huge 2 or 3 months of racing. It'll be amazing.
Right, now, what a bloody year to go Conti, right? What a friggin' year to go, Conti. On that, I'm talking UCI stuff.
The UCI hasn't really communicated much apart from the fact that there's no racing. But at the same time, we can only imagine that they are prioritising their planning around World Tour at the moment. So at the moment, that's the priority for them. There's not a massive priority, more than likely, around UCI continental riding. But what we're thinking is that there's a good chance that the UCI will have some Asian racing probably start to occur as some of the Asian countries come back online, maybe a bit sooner than us. The problem we're going to have is probably getting there. I don't think we're going to be able to get there.
Okay, so that's the possibles, the probables. But what about the actually going aheads? You've got some pretty exciting news about the virtual race scene.
Yeah, so this has actually been really good. So Cycling Australia have actually been working with Zwift and Full Gas to put together an NRS private race series just for the NRS. And what's going to be cool about that, we will still race collectively as a team online in a private race, and it'll be live broadcast as well. So live streamed. We're going to have Australian commentators. It's actually going to be super cool every Saturday morning starting in May. Sorry, I should say every fortnight starting in May, 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. We're going to be in our Rapha jerseys, which is kind of cool online. It's going to be really good. Cycling Australia have done a lot to make sure that we're really well looked after on the cost aspect on that side as well.
Let's get into a little bit of controversy maybe. So there is a little undercurrent online at the moment talking about licensing.
The refund around licensing.
Refund around. Just really quickly. So every racing cyclist in this country gets a racing license, a CA racing license, which can cost anywhere between $300 to $400. So that allows you to race, but it also gives you insurance amongst other things. Now, obviously, we can't race, and the undercurrent of chat online is that, well, people want their licensing refunded. Now, you have a pretty strong opinion, which kind of runs parallel with mine on that. And what are you hearing at the moment?
I think it's a bit selfish, to be honest. We've got to think about cycling as a whole here. Cycling in Australia is run on a shoestring as it is. We know that full well because we're at the tip of that with Cycling Australia and funding the team as well. And the clubs, we're involved with our local club as well. The cycling registration that we do, not registration, that's a dirty word as well, that's a whole other topic, but cycling licenses, there's components of that. A large component of it is the insurance. Keep you safe on the road. You're still riding at the moment, so you're still insured. Equally, there's a relatively large portion, I think it's about a quarter roughly or around that mark, that goes to your local club as well. Now, I don't think anybody is sitting online asking for the clubs to give the money back. They've done huge amounts of cost cutting to make sure that we can still race later in the year. If we had to start refunding cycling licenses in Australia, or portions of it, there's a very good chance that cycling could go broke. If you were out riding at the moment and you had a very serious accident and you lost your income, maybe your partner is not working at the moment, you're the sole income, you need to have this sorted. If you don't know about income protection for cyclists, you jump on their website and have a look. At least just go and have a look at the site. If you're interested, have a chat to Dan Corbett. He is the guy that runs that. Now, obviously, they are a sponsor of ours, but this is not about the fact they're a sponsor. It's about the fact that you need to be protecting your family at the moment. That is for sure.
All right, mate. We'll wrap it up. We will talk to you very soon, hopefully, and stay cool over in WA. All right.
Stay cool. Thank you.
Yeah, so the other thing Luke and I have been up to is we've been trying to catch up a lot with the sponsors and a lot of people and organisations involved in the bike industry. And I kind of thought you might be interested in sort of what we are hearing. And this little bit is very much with my running continental cycling team hat on, okay? What we are hearing a lot of, and I'm sure you guys in all your different industries are hearing this comment. We are looking at this as an opportunity to reset the organisation. Now, you can take that any way you want. The ripple down effect for a bike team, which is what we are, is very, very interesting, because there's kind of two ways to look at this, really. The first being quite negative in the sense that, you know, organisations might come through this, bike industry organisations might come through this and go, so why are we involved in a bike team? What's this model of, you know, helping out teams for them to go and race? Like, what good is that for us? Everyone's just, that's the way it's done, that's the way it's done. The way, obviously, we're approaching this is to try and prove ourselves in that space that, you know what, not only is a bike racing team valuable, but it is an integral part of your organisation. And hopefully, we can prove that. We can prove that also outside the cycling space. So that's kind of, I suppose, our remit really for the team as such through this period. Now, that's obviously different to the riders and very different to the administration side of it, but as always, I'm really interested in your thoughts on the future of, and this can be the whole way up, right? Like, why is EF education involved in that bike team? Like, is there value in it for them? Is there value in it for them in this particular structure? I think that's a really interesting conversation, and one that I'd love to have in probably a longer format type thing, but let's maybe have it in the comment section here as well and see what we can come up with. How cool is that? She did it. And it's absolutely nothing to do with me. It was 100% Mama. I didn't have the patience, isn't the right word. I think I've got the patience, but the way Elizabeth's tone was with Catherine calmed her way more than me, and it's worked. And she's riding a bike. It's fantastic. So on that particularly exciting and cheesy grin note, that will be us done for today, guys. Please do make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and share the videos. It actually really helps if you share the videos that we're doing. So, and look, I'd love to see some commentary from you guys about, you know, some of the questions that we asked, specifically around really the future and where that kind of, where you can see cycling, sponsorship, and really the structure of racing maybe sort of fitting in the future. Anyway, we've discovered a fairy tree, so we will linger here until a few other people arrive, and then we will leave, because that's what we do, because we're responsible citizens. All right, thanks guys, see you later.
Another thing that I have learned from upping the amount of mountain biking that I am doing is I can't win a fight with a tree. I've had 2 of them in the last week, and yeah, it's been 0 trees too. So I might slow down a bit on the mountain bike for the time being.